Welcome to Opportunity Nanny. Empowering dreams, one opportunity at a time. Discover scholarships, unlock career paths, achieve your goals. Subscribe now and start your journey. Guiding you to success.
Welcome to Opportunity Nanny. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Please help me watch this video to the end. You can just play it as you are doing your work so that you listen to everything I'm saying and watch it to the end. It really helps me when you engage and also watch the video to the end. So today I'm bringing PhD scholarship at the University of Galway in Ireland. So I realized that there are a lot of people that would love to study in Ireland, but due to the limited scholarship available, many people just opt out of it or get discouraged. So I checked out some scholarship, and this is for those that are interested in PhD scholarship. Now the University of Galway is offering some scholarships. They are called Hardiman PhD scholarship, right? And these scholarships are now open. Now please make sure that if you're interested, you pay attention to how you're going to apply, because the application process is a bit different. And also make sure that you pay attention, because I'm going to tell you the deadline, and the deadline is very soon. Now for students starting their PhD in September 2025, the Hardiman PhD scholarship is fully funded for 4 years. You have a stipend of €25,000. Now guys, if you know anything about studying in Ireland, you know that this is a very good benefit, because Ireland can be a bit expensive. So to have a scholarship that covers everything will make it very easy for you to just move there and also enjoy your studies there. So you're going to be getting €25,000 per annum, plus your tuition fee is going to be covered. Now high achieving individuals with drive and passion, they have an appetite for research work and creativity, and strive on intellectual excitement. They want you to come and apply for this scholarship. Now they said using your creative energy, your PhD at the University of Galway will be alive with possibilities and opportunities. Now this PhD scholarship is based on 5 key areas of research. So these are the key areas of research. You have to engage in one. So if you're interested in areas like enhancing policy of society, enriching creativity and culture, improving health and well-being, realizing potential through data and enabling technologies, and sustaining our planet and people. So let me just click on, let's assume I'm interested in the area of enhancing policy and society. You want to click on the link. Once you click on the link, you're going to open it in this tab. Now this is enhancing policy and society. Now the purpose of this area of research is to build a foundation of people-centered knowledge. The people, through engaged research with communities, we focus on inclusive society, children, families, human rights. You can just scan it and see if you're interested in doing a research under any of these. Do you understand? If this is something you're interested in, you want to go back and scroll down to see eligibility and then how we apply. So once you click on the eligibility, it's going to take us to this page. Now in this page, they're telling us that successful applicants will be expected to have a first or upper second class honors primary degree or equivalent. Your applications will not be accepted from people currently registered as PhD students or who have previously been awarded a PhD. So if you have done a PhD before, you cannot apply, and if you are currently a PhD student, you cannot apply. So let's look at the English language requirements quickly before we go back to the full application listing. Now for the English language requirements, all applicants whose first language is not English must present one of the following qualifications in English language. Now if your first language is English, you do not need any of these tests. But if your first language is not English, then depending on the area of your study, you may need to provide English language test with the minimum overall scores listed there. So you want to check that out. You can do IELTS, C1 Advanced, CPE, TOEFL Home Edition, and Pearson PT Academic. Now for Nigeria, our first language is English, so we don't need to provide any English language test. But if you are from a country where English is not your first language, you may want to check that out. So let's go back. We have already looked at the eligibility, so let's look at how to apply. So the first thing you want to do is find a supervisor. So we are going to click here to find a supervisor. Now before we go on to find a supervisor, I already told you that I am interested in enhancing policies and society. So I'm just going to copy it, right? And then we'll go to find a supervisor. Now this is the area for finding a supervisor. This is the link. This is what the links look like. So I'm just going to click on, just to streamline, since I'm interested in enhancing policy and society. There's no matching record for this, so I'm just going to put policy and society. Now you can see that they brought up some names. So this is the supervisor's name, this is their area of interest, this is the team of their study, and this is the sub-team, right? So you want to make sure that it matches what you selected. Like for example, you see what the enhancing society and stuff means. So this is what they look at: government agency, children. They look at inclusive society and stuff. So I know that I'm pretty much on the right track. So I'm just going to click on, let's say I'm interested in understanding mental health and stuff. I can click on Professor Barry Margaret, and let me just scroll down and see. I'm also going to be selecting this other name just because it looks like something I'm interested in, like workplace bullying and the rest. So now once you open their link, this is the first professor. You can see her contact details. So you want to, if you're interested in messaging her, you want to message her. This is her email address, and also for the other professor, this is also her email address. You can look at their biography, their research, their publications. Now, as I told you guys before, why you want to look at their publications and their research is that you want it to be that the title of your project or the research that you're interested in actually aligns with what they do. You have more opportunities, you have more chances of getting selected by a supervisor when your application material, your study material actually matches what they do. Do you understand? Now, if you see that your topic seems to fit in one of their research area of interest, their publications, you can go ahead and send them a message. Now, I advise that you send them a message as quickly as possible, because every supervisor is entitled to just one Hardiman scholar. They can only supervise all of the scholarship recipients. So if you have seen someone that match your research interest, you want to quickly message them as soon as possible. So let's go back to see the other application process. So after you have found a supervisor, you will need to download the supervisor's form, and your supervisor will need to fill it out, and your supervisor will have to submit it by themselves by the deadline of 7th February 2025. So you want to encourage your supervisor to do that as quickly as possible. The next thing you want to do is complete your application by 7th February 2025. Applications will only be accepted in English or Irish only. So this is where you're going to download the application form, and this is what the application form looks like. As I said, the deadline is 5 o'clock Irish time, Friday 7th February 2025. So you want to enter your information, your name, your date of birth, your education, your academic award or scholarship received, details of your research experience, your personal research statement. Please, it should not exceed 1,000 words. You want to follow all the prompts here. You want to provide, if you have any other relevant information, insert your CV, which should not be more than 2 pages, your proposed PhD supervisor. Now, as I said, you must nominate one supervisor and forward the University of Galway's supervisor's form to the proposed supervisor for completion. Now they are asking you whether you have contacted the supervisor. The answer should be yes. Why? Because they require that you complete a University Galway supervisor form. So if you have not contacted them, you cannot contact it. Now they said the proposed supervisor should then complete section B of the University of Galway supervisor form, because you complete the first part of the supervisor's form and have to send it to your supervisor to complete the second part, and they have to send it to this email by the deadline. Do you understand? So you have to make sure you remind your supervisors to send it by the deadline. So you just provide the name and the email of your supervisor. Then you have your academic reference. It's a requirement that you have to reference that it can indicate your references that can indicate your academic suitability and potential to undertake postgraduate research at the University of Galway. So references from your proposed supervisor will not be accepted. It has to be from your previous learning institution. So you have to provide the names, contact address, position, and email of the proposed referees below. Do you understand? So if you have any disability, please make sure that you read this information, because there are information supporting people that have disabilities. Now, after you have answered all these questions, it is your responsibility to make sure that your supervisor and your referees submit the form to this email address by the deadline. Do you understand? If your application is not complete, it will not be assessed. So you don't want to spend all this time and your application is not complete. So we have looked at the English language entry requirement and all. Now, how do you submit your application form? Please pay attention. You are going to save this application in a PDF format. You can see that it's in Word format now, right? But when you are about to submit, you are going to change it to PDF format. Your full name is going to be included in the file name. So this is the example that they need. The file name is going to be, maybe your name is Bob Brown, so you say Bob Brown application. You understand? It must be saved as PDF. Then you email the application form as an attachment with your full name in the subject line to this email address by the deadline. So what you're going to do is that when you're emailing, you're going to send it to this email address and you're going to attach the application form with your name like this. Please make sure you pay attention, and also make sure that you remind your supervisors and your references to submit by the deadline. So you can see that that's all for this scholarship. You can download the reference form here and send it to your referees. You just have to make sure that you check the deadline and you follow the instructions provided there. So that's all for University of Galway PhD Hardiman scholarship. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Bye, guys.